some interesting teams. So see when they're gonna set up here.
All right, we've got an interesting match on this game.
Yeah. So what teams do we have? Do you got
Yeah, so we have Neku, and if you don't Neku and player who is going now. Both finished off. This is Sonrio. And so what makes this matchup very interesting is Sonrio has a spike use.
Spider?
Yeah. Now I've been talking about this ever since I saw the sheet come out. Because that Pokemon, I don't like that Pokemon. I don't like the design. I don't like the moveset.
It's just kind of there to be like, you know, everybody's thing to hate. Everybody hates Spidops. I have seen there have been some like people on YouTube that have made videos, you know, attempting to use Spidops in a competitive team. I don't know what the standard moveset for Spidops is, what people like to run. What do we got here?
Yeah, at least when it comes to the Spidops moveset, it holds that Citrus Berry with Insomnia.
Yeah.
It has Sticky Web.
So it can't get slept with Insomnia, which is good. Sticky Web, so I believe that slows. Silk Trap. I think that's some sort of trapping move.
Yeah.
I'm honestly not sure what else it does beyond that, because I think only Spidops gets it.
I think so too. I think it lowers your speed down by a stage, possibly, and possibly trap them.
Yeah.
That's something we'll definitely have to like remember. Spidops is such an underplayed Pokemon.
There's a couple other interesting things on this team too. We've got a Tinkaton, who has been rising in a bit of popularity as a support Pokemon here, running with the Leftovers Mold Breaker. And we're doing an offensive Tinkaton here. So Sword Stance, Knockoff, Protect, and Gigaton Hammer. So that Gigaton Hammer is going to be picking up kills. Then in a bit more standard, we've got Tatsugiri Dondozo. A Rocky Helmet Dondozo, though. So trying to cover for the Bullet Seed through Bonnet or the Population Bomb on Mousehold. This Dozo is Carrot Dragon with Yawn, Order Up, Liquidation, and Earthquake. So interesting that for the Dondozo, they chose to use Liquidation instead of Wave Crash, which Wave Crash gives you recoil, but it's definitely a way stronger move.
Yeah.
That can pick up those KOs.
What's the big difference?
Well, I guess he really doesn't want to take that recoil damage. That's the main thing I'm thinking.
I can see it. Dondozo looks like a build to like last rather than that.
Definitely a tanky Dondozo with that Rocky
They're
Helmet.
looking to do the Dondozo.
Yeah.
Tatsugiri.
There is a chance he brings Tatsugiri on its own, but not too likely.
Oh, I'm really excited to find out. I don't know. Something about it makes it very interesting. You have that. What do you think you're going to see out of Neku? Maybe I think that's overall.
We might see the Spidops here.
Yes.
Oh,
wait! Don't do that. 50 seconds. You gotta decide. You gotta decide.
So Spidops is pure bug type. So I mean, it's got some good type matchups here against the
it's
iron
normal, so it makes it like fairly good, like even all. Actually, no, I need you to help me answer that question. Why send out the top tier by December? Is it like itself a strong Pokemon?
So let's see what moves he's got here. So he's got Sash, so that means he can tank at least one hit on it. He's got Helping Hand, Taunt, and Ice Beam. So it's kind of a supportive set. So he wants to boost up whoever it's next to, try to taunt to like get rid of some of the other team's setup. And when it's low, when it gets down to the stack, you can put the other slot into Dondozo to protect the Tatsugiri and then get the boost.
The Dondozo is so.
Oh, he brought just the Tatsugiri.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's just trying to boost up the Tinkaton.
Okay, that makes sense. I guess I'm way too stuck into that lore of like.
Yeah, most of the time they bring them all together. So, trying to put some offensive pressure with this. I think. So yeah, here's the taunt. So he's trying to use taunt on Amoonguss to stop that forward rate out of it. So now this Amoonguss is kind of just a sitting duck on the field. Can't really do anything. You can switch it out. That's about it. And Buttermane already uses Protect, so that thing is as good as dead. I think it's hit with a Gigaton Hammer by this Gigaton. Let's see if he decides to switch it out.
I think we'll see that. Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay.
And I
Switch
really don't
comes
think
out.
we risk losing three like that.
Okay, so this is going to resist the Gigaton Hammer. Here's some lore here, though.
Oh,
Lore is that it uses the hammer to attack Corviknight.
yeah.
So we're going to see that live.
What? I mean,
For
like
the
that's
first time ever.
such an origin story, but at least you can
Yeah.
get that not effective.
Oh, that was a crit, too. Ooh.
Oh,
That Corviknight was a defensive.
we have a survive from it.
Yeah. Interesting to know that that's the lore, but it's such a not very effective move against Corviknight.
I think
So,
absolutely.
you could set up a pretty free sword stance here. I mean, the Amoonguss can't really do anything other than Pollen. You could Pollen Puff his allies during Pollen Puff.
Yeah, that's true.
So this could be a setup from both sides, possibly. But a taunt on Takagiri was a good here. I didn't see who clicked it. Taunting the Corviknight. That Corviknight's going to try to set up the ball. So he does do the taunt on the Corviknight. So that's good there. With this Iron Head.
That's gonna do it.
Yeah.
What is the
So I think on Geo's side, he's trying to really build up that Tinkaton. So just did a sword stance. I mean, Tinkaton's pretty tanky. It's going to live a couple hits with Corviknight, and it's faster than the Corviknight. So with a couple of these sword stances, he might just attack this turn, but he's got a knockoff.
Okay.
So that knockoff is going to do at least neutral damage against the Corviknight.
Or why not just like sword?
That's a good question. Because he could just keep swords dancing over and over again, because he really doesn't have that pressure.
At
but,
least the Wi-Fi disconnected, so at least we now know the issue is that people aren't cuddling together. So give me a moment.
All right. Well, looks like we've got another connection issue. So try to get all that sorted out. Just tuning in. This is round 2 here. So these guys are both 1 and 0. Didn't get to see the Spidops in action yet. We did get to see a Tinkaton, Iron Gigaton Hammer, a Corviknight, for possibly the first time ever in a competitive match. Going up with that lore stuff. So that's kind of funny. We'll see if they go again with the yeah, go for it. We'll see if they go again with the same leads out here. Still trying to get all reconnected here.
Running back. It's still confusing. It's really only their area that ends up having that DC.
Yeah, maybe it's because one of the switches is docked and the other one isn't.
That really affects.
I have no idea. I'm no connection expert.
Yeah, I'm not either. Especially because they're literally sitting back to back to each other.
Yeah.
One person at a different station.
Yeah, I know sometimes they do the battles online over a Wi-Fi network for increased stability.
We have the Wi-Fi, so that's definitely a viable option.
Yeah.
If it happens again, we'll want Wi-Fi to be able to be set for a little longer.
Yeah, but that doesn't prevent everything either, because I've still seen people have disconnections.
Yeah.
On the Wi-Fi.
Look on the bright side. We're gonna see the same exact teams come back out.
Yeah. Are we gonna see the same leads, or are you sure?
I'm unsure for that.
Okay.
I basically left that up in the air for them. I told them that it probably would be for the best.
Yeah. So I'm gonna assume we're at least gonna see the same leads. Maybe not the same moves, but we'll see.
Maybe one is.
I think on the side with the Tinkaton had a very good start, right?
Okay.
That the Tinkaton Tatsugiri with the taunt and stuff, they really just kind of cancel out a lot of the setup that they want to do on the other side. So I'd like to see something more aggressive come out on the other side to stop that setup from happening on the Tinkaton. The only thing that's an issue with that is that Tinkaton's a pretty fast Pokemon, right? So it has a lot of immediate offensive pressure against other offensive Pokemon that come out against it.
Yeah.
And with that Gigaton Hammer, it's a 160 base power, 100% accurate move with Stab that basically has no drawbacks, except you can't use it on the next turn. So that move, if you don't resist that move, it's going to do quite a bit of damage. However, it does look like they have some resist to it.
When we're looking at that sheet in
Yeah.
Pokemon,
I think it would be interesting to see the setup of the weakness policy. Oh, wait, I was looking at the other team before. So this is an Assault Vest Ceruledge. I think this Ceruledge could be a good one. It resists the Gigaton Hammer, and if you tear a grass, you can at least stop the knockoff from doing super effective damage to you.
Yeah.
Bitter Blade. I mean, yeah. Bitter Blade can take out that Tinkaton. It is at risk of getting Hydro Pumped by that Tatsugiri if he leads that Tatsugiri again. But at the same time, like I said, if he tears grass, he's in a pretty good spot there.
Yeah,
I guess then he's weak to the Icy Wind though. But I mean, Icy Wind is a pretty weak move, so you shouldn't be too afraid of
we
it.
saw what it did to Corviknight. Corviknight basically,
Yeah.
like just walked it off. But in the end, it wasn't a long-term issue, and we had to deal with it. So I think when you're looking at, especially because Sun has a Cerulean of their own, but the big difference is like that weakness policies.
Yeah. What's going to be interesting here too is that if they both were to bring Ceruledge, both of them are running Flash Fire, which means that they can't run Bitter Blade into each other at all, because the Flash Fire will absorb the Fire type move. But they do threaten each other with super effective Shadow Sneak. So for that, it's basically whoever's faster would hit that Shadow Sneak. And then the Terra. The Terra matters if they Terra out of the super effective damage.
Let me see. Might accidentally just go on Wi-Fi, see if that issue fixes out. So we'll see what happens.
Oh, so I see what the Spite Ops is trying to do. The Spite Ops is running Feint. So he's running Feint to try to break some Protect on the enemy team, put some offensive pressure with the Gigaton Hammer, so they can't block that Gigaton Hammer or the strong Bitter.
online. Okay. That was an easy fix. All right. We're online.
Back to the game. Looks like same leads. Okay, so now he's going straight for the sword stance. Predict the rage pattern. So this is a good predict of the rage pattern. Use the sword stance set up here. We'll see how much Shadow Ball does. Okay, 3-hit KO.
See that rage pattern was perfect?
No. Because he was going to toss that move anyway. Free sword stance. He was trying to call the Gigaton Hammer, which, I mean, it's a good call if that Gigaton Hammer gets off on your Tinkaton, or gets off on Tinkaton onto the Flutter Mane, you're done. So he either has to do that or switch Flutter Mane to protect him. So now he's in a slightly better situation than before because he at least has a little tip damage on the Tinkaton. However,
that's a big bright benefit. But, I mean, that's because it's now basically for a very deadly Pokemon if you're not dealt with.
Yeah.
What really is the call? I don't know. The Tatsugiri hasn't really, is it really just a helping hand bot?
So I think he's going to helping hand Gigaton Hammer. He's going into the Amoonguss. I guess he might have thinking of the switch, but so this Amoonguss should be dead. The helping hand, sword stance, Gigaton Hammer. That should kill just about anything in the game.
That's though.
Well, he hit it with the Amoonguss here, so that guy's he's gone.
I know, but like, it's some Flutter Mane safe.
Okay. This is bring back next.
I mean, that's easy. Yeah. Especially since the way we have to protect, we're not able to immediately see or what Pokemon are after.
Okay.
And, oh,
Rotom Wall. So Rotom Wall should at least resist the Gigaton Hammer. So that's good. Icy Wind can slow it down here.
I mean, it does have very.
That's true.
Oh no, he's just Scout.
Protect. Okay, so he's putting down an Icy Wind to get the speed drop.
Okay.
Try to get the speed advantage.
That was a good Scout. Icy Wind.
Okay, so Tinkaton will not be slowed. Tatsugiri is going to get slowed. But I don't think he really cares too much about Tatsugiri
Yeah.
at this point.
The Tatsugiri is really just sitting down there trying to do that control.
So yeah, the Hydro Pump into the Tinkaton, that's going to be protected off. Keep that Tinkaton safe for another turn. While he gets off the Icy Wind. So now this Flutter Mane is in a lot of trouble. And I mean, honestly, I'm really curious to know how much a helping hand, sword stance, Tinkaton, Gigaton Hammer would do into a Rotom Wash. Even though
Terrible.
I wonder. So he's probably taunting to stop. Maybe he's running Nasty Plot, so the stop Nasty Plot will protect. Go to the knockoff into that spot too. So he protected or predicted the protect on Flutter Mane again. So that's really good. So yeah, that knockoff already does so much damage. Knocks off the Citrus Berry, so he can't get the Citrus Berry recovery.
Nah, I just feel bad because Flutter Mane is not really getting any of it.
Oh, okay. So the Rotom was running Will-O-Wisp, so he got the taunt to stop the Will-O-Wisp from coming out on the Tinkaton. So now this Flutter Mane is in a really bad spot. I think helping him Gigaton Hammer into that slot. I don't know if he can switch into anything safely.
You're kind of just a little unlucky right here. Maybe go for the double.
Okay, he's going for. Let's see if he's going for the Terra here. And on the Rotom, the Terra Electric. Okay.
Survives.
So I think it's more so. I think he's going for an electric move just to do as much damage as possible with Terra. Okay, so he's sacking the Flutter Mane. He's just using the Flutter Mane to get one speed drop off.
I don't know how much.
Yeah.
Freaking eventually gonna fall down.
Gigaton Hammer number 2. Hammer's coming down. Okay, Terra Electric Thunderbolt is not quite enough to get through this Tinkaton. Ooh. Some leftovers recovery there. So this Tinkaton is very tanky. very offensive. This thing's a threat. And now we've got Corviknight. Corviknight's got a pretty good matchup for this thing. Good to get the taunt off to stop it from doing bulk up protection, etc. I think taunt is probably the right move. You could hydro pump into that slot to try to get the damage off. But you really don't want to see a Corviknight set up on you because it can be serious work.
Although I worry about how is going to live
Okay.
here.
So he's going for the protect for the extra leftovers. So he's going to get another turn. There's a good chance with that he lives another Thunderbolt from the Rotom. But it looks like he was actually going to get doubled into. Oh no, Thunderbolt on the Tatsugiri. Let's see if this takes it out. No.
Sometimes you gotta hope. Sometimes you gotta
But in this case, it's not so bad that Tatsugiri is out because, like you said, there's no Dondos. So he doesn't need to have it to get those Dondos. Alright. So Rotom has gotten rid of the taunt, so Rotom can now Will-O-Wisp. Are we going to see the Spidops? Are we going to see Spidops come in here? I'll say it's a very precarious position for Spidops because of the Corviknight. He's running Paranormal though. Although if Corviknight's running Body Press, it's very dangerous for Paranormal to do Body Press.
That's the kind nobody ever wants.
So he can mirror and feint here to try to break the attack on the road. And then just go straight for the Gigaton Hammer. Just say, why not? Let's try to take it out. I think that Gigaton Hammer, even though Rotom, I believe, resists it, should take it out.
I almost want to say that it's like an important scenario, but not necessarily. I think to really get that Rotom out,
I'm honestly unsure how fast Spidops is. Okay, so let's see if he should be breaking this protect here with the feint.
okay.
The move you don't see too often. It doesn't do very much damage,
But it's a good read.
but it breaks the Rotom's protect. So the Rotom can't protect against this Gigaton Hammer that's coming into it. And it should take it out.
Yeah. So now, not only did he kind of get a little bit more time, he lost his breath. He's got, I mean, Neku's kind of been hard red all of it.
There is a tailwind out, so Corviknight has a bit of a speed advantage. See if we see the Silk Trap here. You don't want to use a stat dropping move against Corviknight because Corviknight's mirror armor will just reflect that back on stage. Okay, so he uses the Silk Trap, so I get to see what this move does because I've honestly never seen it. Oh, okay.
Oh.
Looks like we've got a forfeit. So
Got a forfeit, so yeah, that's gonna go one in favor so far. But I mean, with the roster that I have now, I'm gonna go update the score. Hopefully, this is gonna be
all right. Round one. Round one over. Going into round two. All right. So taking a lead for the next game. And that Tinkaton looks pretty good. So we're starting out with that same lead again, it looks like. Still got a lot of time to think about it. All right. Looks like we're going to see the same four. So still seeing that Tinkaton Tatsugiri. It's a pretty good lead.
That's just like confidence.
Could be confidence. I mean, it could be on the other side, right? You won with it once. Your opponent is more so forced to switch their game plan so they don't lose to it again.
Yeah.
So we'll see the adaptations on the other side, see if anything changes. Okay. So we're leading with an Armor Rouge. So that Armor Rouge is very scary for the team.
You're absolutely right. Don't survive what 1-2 turns maybe depending on.
Yeah, and this I believe this Armarouge, one of them is Terra Fire and one of them is Terra Grass. If it's a Terra Fire one, I mean a Hydro Pump into that slot to just remove it.
That one's terrible.
Okay, so I don't think he wants the Hydro Pump in that slot. I think Tinkaton should be faster here, so he's gonna hit with the knockoff first.
This Tinkaton is been consistently more fast Pokemon.
Yeah.
Up, so see them set themselves up. But Tinkaton, it's gonna get scary.
Okay, he's getting rid of the Steel type to get rid of that weakness to the Fire type.
Actually, I don't
On Saraled. I think it's an Armarouge.
Saraled. Super effective.
Okay. Terra Grass.
Yeah, there's that.
Okay. So trying to get rid of that knockoff weakness. So they're both carrying to get rid of each other's weaknesses into each other.
Go back into the loop.
Okay. The taunting the Corviknight, still a good move. Don't want that guy to set up. Knockoff. So he's gonna get rid of the Assault Vest. So that shouldn't matter too much yet. Yeah, Bitter Blade is a strong move. So he's gonna heal just about back to full. So, and the Terra into Fairy makes him weak to that Iron Head. So now Tinkaton's off the field.
That was my big concern of like why not? We have adaptation.
So I hope we see the Spite Ops here.
Actually, yeah.
Looks like we're gonna see the Saraled. So this Saraled, you can't use the Bitter Blade on the Grass type because of the Black Fire.
Yeah.
So probably an Icy Wind, maybe.
I can keep helping and absolutely.
I guess on the other hand though, the Ember Saraled cannot tear out of his Ghost weakness, so he's really weak to a Shadow Feet or a Shadow Claw. He's going for a helping hand. Does he try to get rid of the Corviknight? Okay, that Shadow Claw almost takes him out. But the Bitter Blade, so he's activated the weakness policy. If he Bitter Bladed here into the Corviknight, he should be very, very well off. Oh, okay, Corviknight's got a Fire Fairy. It still kills though with the weakness policy.
Hey, at least it's gonna be a full heal. Yeah.
Just about. So he might be in range to die from a Shadow Claw. We'll have to see next turn.
I would say absolutely. You might debate if it's just switch.
Yeah, it's tough to want to switch because you have that weakness policy boost, but at the same time, you might have to do it to do it.
I don't think it's worth it.
So yeah, now he's facing weaknesses on both sides. If I would Icy Wind here to try to get the speed control. It's also a super effective hit on the grass. He doesn't have Protect, so he'll either have to switch out or just hope that he's faster than Rotom or there's a speed tie or something. Yeah. So he's just going for a helping hand, hoping he lives the Shadow Claw. Or helping hand Shadow Sneak. Okay.
That's like.
So he's accounting for a dying. This is a pretty bulky Carolyn.
Oh, so just over a quarter.
Okay.
Thunderbolt combined.
Thunderbolt and Shadow Claw. So now we've just got Spite Ops in the back. So let's see what the Spite Ops can do.
Very defensive.
Yeah. So Spite Ops at least has a type advantage here because he can do super effective into the Grass Terra. Okay, it looks like he's taunting the Rotom. Setting a Silk Trap. Okay. So maybe now we'll actually do it. Oh, it's a Protect.
Oh.
It's a
Oh,
Protect.
yes.
Okay.
That's just like the memory.
It's all clear now.
Yeah, that is a good.
Alright. Let's see if anybody attacks into it. No, they double the attacks to Fury.
They don't fight up. They don't fight. It really
Still lives. Icy Wind. I think you just you turned. Yeah, so now he's in a pretty bad position.
it's just fight up now.
Fight ops versus the world. Can he do it? Hydro Pump does half. He gets rid of the Ceruled. See if he can stand up to whatever the last Pokemon is.
Yeah, but I wonder if we'll see that forfeit. Fight up down bad. That Ryan.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
I don't know what the Fight Off can do, yeah.
Like, unless you miss every move, Fight Up gets just think crits. Okay, you're just doing ice spin or like, oh.
He still lives, but I think any attack from Rotom. Really? Or just Citrus Berry. Just about any attack from Rotom.
Yeah,
and there he goes.
So I think right into that final third round, that's gonna be on the right side. Maybe we'll see that Don Dozo.
I mean, maybe. That could be something to change it up, you know?
I am still curious on, I asked, I was like, why Spider Ups? And they said, they like spiders.
Well, I mean, hey, who's to stop you from bringing your favorite Pokemon? Any Pokemon, if you set it up right, can do work.
I'll get it updated.
All right, changing up the music here. Okay, so changing it up here with the mouse hold Tatsugiri. He is running an offensive mouse hold, so that could be pretty scary. Will he bring the Dondozo?
I don't know. I just don't see a reason. I love seeing the Tatsugiri on its own. I'm kind of been more impressed with the idea that it's going for. But
I mean, part of it with his Dondozo is pretty weak to Amoonguss with the Spore. He's not running safety goggles, and I believe he's also not running Terragraph.
okay, no, yeah.
So-
I think if you're going with this Tatsugiri, you have to work in its favor.
Yeah.
I would say a lot of misplays when trying to figure out what to do. Icy Wind was used far too late in those scenarios. And then in the end, Wacham did not manage to survive.
So let's see what kind of change ups we see this time around.
I see that.
Okay. So this is a pretty scary lead.
It's just terrifying. These are two giant Pokemon against like the world's smallest of the day.
So does he goes for the taunt
Stop
again,
yelling.
trying to stop the setup, stop the tailwind. I mean that mouse hold is not looking good against that Great Tusk.
That Great Tusk absolutely has close combat.
Okay, so he's switching in the Ghost, predicting the close combat into that slot.
But will it be worth it?
Let's see. Alright, switching into Carolyn. Okay.
Oh,
Protect, okay. So he didn't even need this. He's probably trying to set up Tailwind.
that's fair.
Okay, so no Tailwind if he was trying to set that up.
Oh, yeah. Wouldn't it just be
Oh,
better?
Brave Bird. He was like Brave Bird. Okay, so
It's a fair trade all around. Everybody's got a little bit of everything.
so he could try to Hydro Pump this Great Tusk here. It looks like that's what he's gonna go for. That would be a pretty big hit. He used his Protect already. We'd have to risk a double Protect for a switch.
Yeah, then you immediately switch back in. No matter the Pokemon that you send out, it's not close.
He could. Okay, he's gonna go for the Terrifier Bitter Blade into the Corviknight. He's trying to bank that Hydro Pump kills the Great Tusk, which honestly I'm not sure. He's not running specs.
I don't think even if you do it strong, so
It might be close.
I mean, if you expect fragilizing right here, you can run absolutely.
I will say the Tatsugiri, it does pack more of a punch than you think. Like it's got a pretty good special attack stat. So maybe the Hydro Pump does take out the Great Tusk. Oh, and he misses the Hydro Pump. So there goes any hope of that. The Headlong Rush, yeah. So didn't get any use out of his Terra at all. That Great Tusk definitely dies to a Hydro Pump now that it's got the drop, but I don't know if it even really matters. Maybe a Brave Bird. Yeah. I know. The way to beat Tinkaton and Taunt setup teams is just with all-out offense. You don't care about that taunt, right?
Yeah.
So now this Tinkaton, if it gets Headlong Rush, if he just doubles into it, might be doomed. He's gonna try the Hydro Pump into the Great Tusk to at least get it off the field. Protect would be good here. So let's see if he calls his double. They're trying to reset his drop. Okay, so this guy might die from a Hydro Pump. But he might just be using it to tank it for his Great Tusk, since the Great Tusk probably. Oh, he's Assault Vest. I forgot. So,
Then look at that.
takes it down with the Brave Bird. Yeah, it's looking pretty rough.
Pretty rough. Does not understate how this is going right now.
We'll see if he can pull it back. He can't population bomb into that Cerulith.
You know,
He's got Bite. He's got Bite to go Phillies.
not the bite.
I mean, Bite would probably finish it off here.
Population bomb.
I think we're gonna see. Yeah. Okay. Swords Dance. I was thinking maybe a knockoff on the Pokemon. But he's just trying to Swords Dance to set up to take this game.
I would. That's fair.
Okay, so he does get the KO with the Bite.
Yeah. But now that Corviknight's there, they will have Legal Pokemon. That thing's Pokemon. Red.
Alright, Tail. Oh, and instead of Tailwind now, too. Since the taunt wore off. So, yeah, with this Tailwind, Great Touch should outspeed everything. He's got no Terra to save himself here. Maybe a population bomb into that. I mean, he's Wide Lens Technician, so he can probably go in for damage with that.
And though, so it's pretty worth it.
Oh, he's going for Encore. Interesting. I guess the last move he used wasn't the last move he used Headlong Rush?
Yes.
So that would be encoring him. Well, the close combat just gets rid of him anyway.
It's not fast. This is looking like a done and set. 4-14 is outmatched right now. Yeah, Ironhead.
Tingaton versus the world. I don't think it can pull it back. Maybe it'll prove me wrong, but I think a close combat or a Headlong Rush here will just Headlong Rush will lock it up. He's going into the Terra.
Confirm the bug guy.
Oh yeah, Terra Brown. Terra Brown. Headlong Rush. It's over.
Game right there. I mean, that now means they are one right now. So on the right side, thank you for joining me. We're gonna get that next bracket prepared.
All right.
Everybody seems to be done, so we'll be back soon.
All right.